Good morning, work happy mums. I'm up on my building site today and I thought I'd bring you up here and show you what's going to be my new office. And this over here is the view from my office, and there's the house that we came to Cornwall to build down there. And I want to talk to you today today's all about buffering with food and drink, but I wanted to make this relevant to all of you, whether you consider yourself to have one of those little after work overeating, over munching, over snacking habits, or one of those after the kids in bed, oh God, give me a glass of wine habits, or whether it's just other things, overwork, over Netflixing, we've talked about a lot, and over scrolling, we've talked about a lot, that's bothering you. So the emotion that's come up most often this week in the group is tired, and working mums. Oh, I feel you. And I think this is so interesting. This is such an interesting emotion to reflect upon for a minute, because tired is a physical sensation, but it's also an emotion. What I mean by this is that how we think about tired really affects how we experience it. I said yesterday about the TEA, cup of tea, the T model, where thoughts create emotions. There are no emotions in us without thoughts, and the emotions motivate the actions. So we feel as though we're doing our bad, quote unquote, let's just call them unwanted or unhelpful habits, because we're tired. But is that really true? In reality, there's more going on than that. Because you can be tired and feel very satisfied. You know, that kind of tired that you feel when you've swum in the sea and you get out and you're just, every muscle, every atom in your body is like, I've been used today. You can be tired after a day's hiking and feel invincible tired. You can be tired after a day's work and be so profoundly proud and ready for rest. And you can be tired, like the kind of tired where you're frazzled, where you're feeling like you're not coping, where you're devastated, where you're feeling like you're failing. And all of those thoughts, or all of those feelings, are really coming from our thoughts about being tired. And I just notice how it is that you're telling yourself you're tired. And there's a world of difference between telling yourself, I'm tired and I wish it would stop, I'm tired and I want it to be over, I'm tired and I can't cope with this, I'm tired and I've got to get through this. And telling yourself, I'm tired, I'm feeling tired, I'm willing to feel tired, and I've just got enough energy to do the next bit, and that's it. And I think when it is that I give myself the grace of feeling tired and acknowledge that that is the case, but without kind of mentally whining to myself about it, that the whole thing becomes a lot more doable. And then I can think about, well, what do I actually need? Instead of just reaching for things, trying to fight the feeling, trying to take the feeling away with food, and with booze, and with Netflix, and actually prolonging the agony of that tired, because I'm not meeting it with any kind of deep rest or any kind of kindness or any kind of willingness to be tired, because I'm thinking that somehow I've got to keep trying and keep striving and all of the rest of it. And it's true, the kids do need supper. Like, I can't just give up and go to sleep. Like, that is not an option. But there's also an option of how I do that evening and how I view my role in it, as long suffering or not, right? Hello for those watching. Hi Amy, it's good to see you on here. How are you doing? What's your tired level like? I'd like to hear from you. And how are you talking to yourself about it? Tomorrow I'm going to look at urges with you a little bit, because that bit between having a feeling and deciding to do your habit, in the middle there's an urge to do your habit, right? A craving. We'll look at this in a bit more detail tomorrow. If you pick up any of those habits books, Annie Stauris was talking about this in terms of tiny habits, and it's also laid out in James Clear's Atomic Habits. With all habits, you have the cue, or what we've been talking about, this trigger feeling, and then you have a craving or an urge to do the habit. And just because you have that feeling doesn't mean you automatically have to then reach for the wine or reach for the booze. How you learn to work on that urge in the middle, how you learn to find a way to be with that urge and not necessarily make it the reason that you have to do the habit, is the key. Is the key to stopping overeating, the key to stopping binge eating, and the key to stopping doing some of those other habits, like just picking up your phone and numbing out. Oh, Amy says she's tired but trying to manage stress by meditating first thing and before you go to bed to calm your mind. That's so kind of you to do that for yourself, Amy. Has it taken a long time to establish that habit? For many of us, that would feel like too much effort. What would you say to us if we are like feeling tired and kind of can't be bothered to do something good for ourselves? What would you tell us? How would you persuade us that we could do meditation with almost no effort whatsoever? That's what I need. I need to know it's going to be easier than Netflix. That's what we found out yesterday. Netflix is so easy. How can being good to myself be as easy, as doable as watching Netflix or scrolling on my phone? Or does it just take a kind of real intentionality to establish that, Amy? I'm really curious to hear. Yeah. So, what a good week it's been so far. If you have any particular questions on overeating and overdrinking, I'm your lady. But I also understand that those questions can be really personal, really exposing, and really associated with a whole shitload of shame. Yeah, we do it to ourselves. And if that's you, just private message me, or just know that I exist and know that hundreds and bazillions of other people are also wrestling with how they overdo food and drink out there, and you are not the only person on the planet, and it always feels like everybody else has got this nailed and you're the only one who's gone up some weird little cul-de-sac of overdoing something. And you're not. You're being human. Remember how I talked about the brain and the motivational triad? To seek pleasure, avoid pain, make life easy. And at some point, you needed to avoid a difficult emotion, like tired, and you had something to eat, and you felt better for about 7 seconds, and your brain just did what your brain is supposed to do and remembered that. And next time, it's you're tired, or the next time it's that same time of day, your brain will offer you that suggestion. Hey, you know, Laura, that cool thing we did, that seemed to really make you feel better last time. Let's just do that again. Amy says she restarted the meditation, as honestly it's crucial to my mind and it only takes 10 minutes. Using an app makes it brainless. Yeah, plus you pick up your phone and it's on there, right? Plus you stop drinking at home in the evenings, which is so aiding. Yeah, aiding your sleep. Yes, that is so true. And most of all, what happens when you stop drinking is you stop waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to get back to sleep. Sometimes it feels like booze. It certainly felt like that to me with my whiskey habit. That would send me off to sleep beautifully. But then the sleep I had would be fearful and fitful and disturbed. And just really knowing that this is such a good point, Amy. Thank you for bringing this up. Like, when you take something away, when you choose not to do something, like not to drink, you're also choosing to do something. You're choosing to sleep. And it's really easy for us to really kick and scream about our habits to ourselves inwardly, feeling like somebody's going to take all our toys away, all the fun away. Somebody's going to rob us of all of the good things in life. And you know what? It's not going to be like that, because actually you're going to give yourself something. You're giving yourself something in place of that. And that's not necessarily a replacement for that habit. It could be just that you're giving yourself a different result. And that is a really great gift to give yourself. Here's my rope swing. Shall I give it a go before we go? And I'll see you at 11 o'clock tomorrow. 11 o'clock my time, 12 o'clock your time, for the last live of the week, where we're going to talk about urges. Woohoo, here I go. Woo! Lots of love. Lovely to connect with you all. I'm so glad you're all out there. Over there in Berlin. Send me lots of photos of beautiful autumnal Berlin. It's forever etched on my mind. That wonderful leaf fall. Oh my gosh. Take it easy.